Hello there, how are you doing? Welcome back to Slam Motion. So guys, in today's video we are going to discuss will Indiana Jones 5 be Harrison Ford's last movie? Are you guys excited? So let's get started. So keep up with me till the end. Comment right below this video, subscribe if you still haven't, and turn on the post notification for more videos. Who doesn't love a good movie featuring Harrison Ford? Almost anyone can admit that any film featuring this charismatic man is worth watching. Mr. Ford has been the star of a number of classics, including Indiana Jones, 1984, The Age of Adaline, 2015, Blade Runner, 2017, Paranoia, 2013, The Secret Life of Pets, 2019, and many more. But his filmmaking career doesn't stop here. Harrison celebrated his 80th birthday this month on July 13th, and for some, the actor looks as if he had been 80 for a few decades now, and for others, he seems to be timeless. Well, either way, one can appreciate the actor gracefully accepting his aging process, unlike some others in the filming industry, who possess desperation to hold onto their youth and try to trick the world that they somehow are frozen in time. On the other hand, Harrison has boldly embraced his process. Although some people may have had the guts to refer to Mr. Ford being a scrawny man, even though most of the films that he makes he is often the guy who gets thrown through the window and is expected to brush it off and begin fighting again. Funny, isn't it? Well, let's find out if Indiana Jones 5 will be the final take for Harrison. Indiana Jones is Harrison's longest-running movie with the most sequels. Indiana Jones is an American media franchise based on the adventures of Dr. Henry Walton Indiana Jones, Jr., a fictional professor of archaeology, that began in 1981 with the film Raiders of the Lost Ark. Harrison Ford began his own Indiana Jones journey in 1981 when the first Indiana Jones movie released, and it is called Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. It is then followed by Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, released in 1984. In 1989, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade made the third sequel in the series. The trend seemed to have been releasing a new movie every 3 years. However, producers took 5 years to announce Indiana Jones 3. However, the longest wait was between the release of Indiana Jones 3 and 4, which took almost 2 decades before airing in theaters. It is reported that the long wait was due to the overcrowded schedules of Steven Spielberg, George Lucas, and Harrison Ford. At last, the schedules of these busy actors finally had some space to film the fourth movie in 2008. Now, Indiana Jones 5 is set to release in 2023, 14 years later than the fourth. Harrison Ford has a very high net worth. If you are familiar with the Hollywood movie series Star Wars, you must be acquainted with this famous actor behind the screens who have worked in the industry for over 5 decades. Of course, we are talking about Harrison Ford. Before we got acquainted with Daniel Craig, Tom Cruise, Vin Diesel, or Robert Downey Jr., who have worked in high-octane action movies, we had the likes of Harrison Ford. One of the highest-grossing actors of all time, Harrison Ford has played some long-lasting characters in American cinema history. Ford has a net worth of approximately $300 million, and today is still regarded as one of the finest actors in Hollywood. The legend has definitely made a name for himself in the industry. The producers are anticipating a very memorable Indiana Jones 5. Producer Frank Marshall has promised fans that Indiana Jones 5 is everything everybody wants. Harrison Ford will be reprising his role as Indiana Jones for the 5th and final film. It's a great story, it's a great character, and I think you're going to be very happy with this movie. Marshall further added, "It's everything I think that everybody wants out of an Indiana Jones movie." Sharing the screen space with Ford this time will be Antonio Banderas, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, and Mads Mikkelsen. The filming process is currently underway. James Mangold, two-time Oscar-nominated filmmaker behind Logan and Ford v Ferrari, is at the helm for Indiana Jones 5, having penned the script with his fellow Ford co-writers Jez and John Henry Butterworth. Sadly, it is reported that Harrison Ford may retire from making movies after Indiana Jones 5. So guys, this was all about today's video. Share as much as you can, that really motivates us to create more content for you guys. With this, we end our video. Hope you liked the video.